Hello, my name is Hans-Martin Füssel. I'm an expert on climate change impacts and adaptation at the European Environment Agency, in short, EEA. In the European Green Deal, the European Commission has set a target that Europe should be climate neutral by 2050. This political commitment is being turned into a legal obligation with the European Climate Law, which significantly strengthens the EU's greenhouse gas reduction targets. Despite these efforts, Europe also needs to adapt to the unavoidable impacts of climate change. Heat waves are becoming more frequent and more severe. Sea levels are rising, and changing weather conditions increase the risk of wildfires and infectious diseases in Europe. The new EU strategy for adaptation to climate change sets out how the European Union can become climate resilient by 2050, and it is complemented by many concrete actions. For example, the Horizon Europe mission, Adaptation to Climate Change, including societal transformation, will support European communities and regions in accelerating a just transformation to a climate-resilient future. Effective adaptation to climate change depends on relevant and reliable information. As adaptation proceeds from planning to implementation, the need for more detailed regional information about past and future climate change has grown in recent years. Fortunately, the availability of relevant information has increased rapidly as well. Since 2012, the EEA and the European Commission are jointly operating the Climate Adapt portal, which provides a wide range of information to adaptation actors at European, national and subnational levels. Climate Adapt is also playing a central role in the EEA's efforts to support implementing the new EU adaptation strategy. In March, we launched the European Climate and Health Observatory in Climate Adapt, which pools expertise and resources related to the health risks of climate change from key European and international organizations. Now, in May 2021, we are launching the European Climate Data Explorer that was developed together with the Copernicus Climate Change Service. This new interactive tool helps you answer questions such as these. How have heat waves threatening human health increased across Europe in recent decades? How will fire weather conditions change in my region over this century? Which European regions will face the most severe decline in summer precipitation? Climate data to answer these questions has been available from Copernicus for some time, but access was difficult for non-specialists. The European Climate Data Explorer provides easy access to many climate indices from Copernicus so that everyone can find answers to these questions. It showcases the joint efforts of EEA and Copernicus experts to facilitate access to relevant climate information for Europe, and in the future will expand this tool with new functionalities, new climate indices and new data sources in response to the evolving needs of its users. Now I would like to hand over to Sam Almond from the European Centre for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts for further information on the Copernicus Climate Change Service. Afterwards, Charlotte Pascoe will take you on a brief tour through the key features of the European Climate Data Explorer.
Thanks, Hans-Martin. I'm Sam Almond from ECMWF. The Copernicus Climate Change Service is an EU programme implemented by ECMWF. The Climate Data Store is at the core of the C3S offering and contains a wealth of information about the Earth's recent past, present and future climate, from climate data sets including observations, seasonal forecasts, reanalysis and projections. In addition, C3S provides access to climate impact indicators that were developed within the so-called sectoral information system activities. A climate impact indicator is an aggregated quantitative measure used to show the impact of climate change on nature and society. The CDS also contains a toolbox, allowing the development of applications for the creation and visualization of climate impact indicators. The variables and indices currently included in the European Climate Data Explorer reflect user needs expressed through an EEA-led stakeholder consultation, as well as data available through the CDS catalogue. The EEA has identified 32 priority indicators through user and scientific consultancy carried out by the EEA's Topic Centre on Climate Change Impacts, Vulnerability and Adaptation. After launch, European Climate Data Explorer will continue to evolve as we respond to new user requirements and introduce new indices. New indicators will be developed in the CDS toolbox using a flexible workflow, allowing the indicators to be updated when we have new climate data available within the CDS, for example, the successor to Eurocodex.
Thank you, Sam. I am Charlotte Pascoe from the Centre for Environmental Data Analysis. I will take you on a brief tour of the European Climate Data Explorer, where you can access climate indices for Europe based on Copernicus data. The climate indices are grouped into policy sectors. First, choose a sector, then select a climate index to discover and explore. For example, the health sector has 5 indices that impact on health. The health heatwave has data from 1971 to 2099. We see text about the index and an animation showing the historical and projected values of the number of health-related heatwave days across Europe, in this case, for a climate scenario with high greenhouse gas emissions. Regionally specific data for the index is found via the Explore in Detail button. Here, the data is presented as regional averages. The size of these regions and other data selections are configured with drop-down menus. Click on a region to see a time series plot and use the download links to download the data. All the indices on the European Climate Data Explorer can be found on the overview page, where they are listed by environmental hazard. A user guide and a detailed video tutorial can be found on our help page. Thank you for your attention. We hope you find the European Climate Data Explorer to be useful.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.